To be honest, I think it's the greatest night for us, the seven, in football, because for the first time in this country, we smell our roses while we're still alive. Normally, we smell our roses when we're dead, and it was a touching moment. It's a moment which we'll treasure for the rest of our lives, because going into the Hall of Fame, nobody can remove it. It will be there forever. And also it's a sign of appreciation and the legacy we've left behind. We were doing this not knowing that it will end up here. We were just doing it as part of our game. But today, Johnny and his people at the Hall of Fame, I think they did something very, very wonderful for these seven legends. And I hope they don't stop here. I hope they carry on forever.
I think someone like yourself and Ntsoelengoe were the Hall of Fame in the US before here.
Yeah, we were. Even in South Africa. I was in the Hall of Fame during the apartheid era, and that didn't mean anything to me. That's why I never mentioned about it, because you cannot celebrate the Hall of Fame during apartheid. I celebrate this one because this one is the right inductee to Hall of Fame.
Does this also talk to the role that football has played, especially in the country, and to look especially at the seven names?
To be honest, the late President Mandela, may he so rest in peace, he said sport unifies people, and soccer has unified people. Because I remember the first time black and white played together in a game 1977 against Argentina. It was the first time that white players and black players shared a dressing room, and it was a funny moment, but it started from there. We released football from apartheid. That game only that game, we released football from apartheid, and then because immediately after that things started changing and people were talking, and then today we are back. Today Bafana is qualified.
It's fitting that this election is happening just a day after Bafana qualified in style. I think for the first time they've reached that number of points to qualify with 2 games to spare. A few weeks ago we spoke about the progress of this team under Hugo Broos, and I think next year he's certainly going to be the longest serving Bafana coach. How do you look back at his success?
Yeah, I've said it that he's a good coach. I've said it. I said they must just give him time. And the plus factor for Bafana, to be honest, which we must not overlook, is Sundowns playing in the CAF. That's a big difference, because if you look at the history, when Orlando Pirates won the CAF, they had 7 players from Cosmos, and Cosmos the previous year had lost in the semi-final. And in 1996, how many players were playing in the AFCON to win it? They were all from Cosmos, and they played in the CAF competition. So the CAF competition shapes the national teams. So Sundowns and Pirates and Chiefs, they have always to participate there, because it helps the national team as well.
Rajay, I think on that note also you can say Bafana can be stronger next season or next year if Pirates win the championship.
Oh yeah, they'll be stronger, but to be honest, Bafana should qualify for every tournament. With the infrastructure we have, we should be qualifying for every tournament. And now it's even worse, with Sundowns doing well, getting into the final, and now it's Pirates getting into CAF. We had Sekhukhune also. So there's a big improvement, because when they play in those tournaments, they are playing against those countries they play against when they play with their teams. So there's a big improvement. We should be qualifying all the time.
What are your thoughts on Chiefs season so far?
Come again?
What are your thoughts on Chiefs season so far? Do you feel like we need them to be performing in order for the league to improve as well?
It's difficult for me to comment on Kaizer Chiefs because, to be honest, most of the time on television I watch Pirates. I don't want to comment on Chiefs, honestly, because if I comment, it will be turned around. I don't want to comment on.
Okay, we can talk about Pirates then. How are they doing so far?
They're doing well.
Do you think they can go all the way?
Yeah, they can go all the way. Yes, they're doing well. They're doing very well. They can go all the way.
But maybe lastly on our issue, from a coach's perspective, your perspective, a lot of people have said a lot about Mofokeng from last night's match. When he came on, he was too much, like too much showboating and not really using the opportunity to play like he's playing at Pirates. What do you think of that reason on the other?
I don't think so. I think he did well. You know, we were also showboating. They came out him up already. So his showboating is very positive. He's going forward. He's not showboating going the opposite side. He does all these things going forward, you know, and he's young. He's coachable. You can still coach him at that age. You can still tell him, don't do this. You know, his coach from Spain will tell him, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. So he's still young. He's coachable. So all is not lost.